Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. The topic which I have chosen for you people today is indefinite article. In indefinite article, we have a and an. In our previous lecture, we have gone through the definite article, the where we use definite article and where it is omitted. In today's video, we will go through the detailed description where we use a and where we use an, and what are the places where we should omit these two. First, it depends upon the first sound. A and an, it depends upon the first sound of the word, means it depends upon the pronunciation of the word. I will give you here the example of if I will write here, if I have a word pen, I will write here the word pen. The pronunciation, the first sound of this word pen is sound P. I use it here, the word sound. I will give you the brief description of these sounds here also. We have 44 sounds in total, and out of these 44 we have 20 vowel sounds and then 24 consonant sounds. Once again, I will tell you that the selection, it is determined whether we should use a or whether we should use an. It is determined by the first sound, or it is determined by the pronunciation of the word. We have 44 sounds in total. Out of these 44 we have 20 vowel sounds and then we have 24 consonant sounds. If we have a word here, I will give you one more example. If we have a word here, our, H-O-U-R, our, and if we have a word here, home, both the words begin with H, but here we use an, our, and here we use a home. So here we learned it doesn't depend upon E, I, O, U, or it doesn't depend upon B, C, D, F, G. I mean to say it doesn't depend upon vowel letters, nor it is depend upon consonant letters, but it depends upon the first sound or pronunciation of the word. If we have a vowel sound, we use an, and if we have a consonant sound, we use a. Then this a is used before words beginning with consonant sound. Once again, we have the word which begins with U, it is university. But we are taught in our previous classes, in our kindergarten class, I mean to say, when a word begins with A, E, I, O, U, at once we should use an, but it is not the case. Here again, we have a word which begins with U, but we use a, which is here is what we have, it is consonant sound. Consonant sound, once again, a unique decision. No doubt, this word begins with U, which is vowel letter, but its first sound, it is U. Once again, we have an honorable person. No doubt, this word honorable, it begins with H, which is consonant letter, but having a look on its pronunciation, it is honorable. Its first sound is O. We have two types of these sounds. One is O and one more sound. It is O. Sound O is written like this. It is sound O, and sound O is written like this. We have nothing to do with the sounds here. And house, a house. Both the words, they begin with H. Here house begins with H, and this honorable, it also begins with H, but we have this takes here the sound O, and it takes the sound her sound here. That is why we use here a house and we use here an honorable person. So in nutshell, what we have learned here, that the choice between a and an, it is determined by the first sound or pronunciation of the word. To understand this more clearly, we need to understand here this phonetics as well, which is given in your in the beginning of your textbook in 10th standard. Phonetics, it is the scientific study of production, transmission, and reception of speech sounds. It also studies the medium of spoken language. We did not explain it here. You might have gone through this earlier. Then and, where we use and. This very example, this very point, it is for both a and an. It is used for the noun which represents the whole class. Taking the example of from our kindergarten classes, we often write the essay on cow. We write a cow is a pet animal. A cow is a pet animal. We write a before cow because a it denotes the whole class, because all cows are pet animals which we keep in at our homes for the purpose of milk. Moving a little bit ahead, then we see where we use and singular noun represent the class, represent the whole class. I explained this here. It is also used and it is also used in exclamatory sentences. But in exclamatory sentence, it is not just to use it before the noun, but before the noun there may or may not be, sometimes there may or may not be the adjective. I will give you the example of this point here. As I told you that a or an, it is used in exclamatory sentences as well before the countable nouns. Example is here, what a pretty doll. What a pretty doll. Here this doll, it is a noun, you know, and just before this doll I used one more word here, it's pretty, which is an adjective, and before this I used the article that is indefinite article a. Once again I would tell you that a or an, these both articles a or an, it is used in what we call these exclamatory sentences. But not just before the noun, but before the noun there may or may not be, sometimes there may be an adjective, like here interesting. What an interesting match it is. One more thing I'm supposed to explain here, zero article, where no article is used. Whenever and wherever we use the word man, we often say man is mortal. Before man, we can never use the article a or an and the. One more word we have here before which we should not use any type of article, that's life and death. Before these words, we can't use any type of article. When we use sinuses, in its widest sense, we also omit all the articles before this word science. And one more thing, one more point we have to explain here, I am supposed to explain here, before which we can't use any type of article. Name of person. Suppose I would say Rakesh is an intelligent person. Before Rakesh I cannot use any type of article. Village. Before villages we should also omit articles. Cities. Before cities we should not use any type of article. These are the cases where we can't use any type of article. I mean to say where we use zero article. Districts, before the names of districts we should not use any type of article. And states and countries. Before one more thing, before diseases, all the diseases we should not use any type of article before diseases, but we have some exceptional cases here before whom we can use the article. These exceptional cases are here, mumps and gout. These two diseases before which we can use article, but rest of the diseases we should not. But before rest of the diseases we can't use any type of article. Moving a little bit ahead. Before meals we should also omit articles. We use zero article there. Before lunch, before dinner, before breakfast, and before names of languages. If I talk about any language, there, taking the example of Kashmiri, taking the example of English, taking the example of Urdu, we should not use any type of article there. Before names of days, we have the names of days: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever they are, we should not use any type of article. Before names of months, this is once again we have to remember here, before names of months we should not use any type of article. Before names of years, also once again before names of years we should not use any type of article. These are the places actually where we should omit all types of articles, where we use zero article. And here I explained where we use a and an, and where we use an and where we use a. It was all about this indefinite article, that is a and an. In coming lectures, I would explain the usage. Once I would repeat here, repeat these all those things which we have learned so far, and in coming videos I will discuss about narration and rest of the topics which are prescribed in our syllabus. Thank you.